All right. So about 3-4 days ago, something amazing happened, and before I can tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. About a month ago, I ordered this on Blu-ray, and this is by far one of my favorite uh, films of all time for me personally, in my opinion. Uh, Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. Um, as the older I get, the more and more like I fall in love with this film every time I rewatch it. And yeah, so I ordered this like a month ago, right, on eBay. eBay over Amazon. Fuck Amazon. eBay all the way, motherfucker. Be a commission, motherfucker. But anyway, so yeah, I got this like a month ago. It's a hard bookcase. It's like a bookcase version, hardcover bookcase version of the Blu-ray. Kind of just opens and closes like a little book. And there's the Blu-ray there, and it comes with this awesome. I don't know if it's like 24 pages, or I don't know how many pages exactly, but it comes with the little like badass little book of just your boy right there, Jack Nicholson, the Queen of fucking Spades, Nurse Ratched, just what more can be said. But yeah, it came with a neat little booklet and just notes from the director and stuff like that. A bunch of badass pictures and stuff. And so yeah, I ordered this like a month ago. I was like super stoked, and I was like, wee! And watched it on Blu-ray for the first time, and I just loved it that much even more. I mean, I've owned it on DVD for a while. But then 2-3 days ago, I went to a Walmart, and I was just trolling like their DVD section, Blu-ray section, because it's dying, like online digital media movie stuff like Netflix and all that. It's kind of just, I've noticed regardless of the stores you go to, it's just making the Blu-ray and like DVD section smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So just to troll myself, I was like, you know what? Just one last go, because I'm sure by the end of this year, there probably won't even be like Blu-rays anymore. Or there will be, but it'll just be like new releases, and you won't be able to find like old school shit. So like 2-3 days ago, I found this bad boy at Walmart, right? And it's the Blu-ray of, well, obviously, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I saw this on the shelf, and I was like, holy fuck, I need this now. Even though I just recently, got my copy about a month ago. And when I saw the pricing on this, it was $14. And I was like, no way. I was like, that's bullshit. I was like, that's either like $14 for like a DVD set, the DVD of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and they misplaced this, and someone just put it there. And I was like, this is like, there's no way this is $14. Like, this beautiful, I haven't even opened it yet, and I don't think I am. I honestly do not think I'm going to be able to open this. It's also very beautiful cover there. The Jack Nicholson's face and the fence has like a silver gloss to it. Probably can't see it too good here because of my lighting's not all that great at the moment. But like right there, you could see like how it kind of shines or whatever. But yeah, it's really amazing. It has the lettering here. It kind of pops out. You could feel the lettering here. You could feel the lettering on the spine of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So I get in line, and when they scan it, I'm like, there's no way this is going to be $14. And sure enough, when they scanned it, it was like Blu-ray One Flew Over $14.00. And I felt like I had gotten away with murder. I was like, dude, sweet. Like, I have to fucking. There's no way I can let this opportunity slip me by. And I mean, this is so beautiful. I'll read some of the. I mean, all that stuff that's there. That's what comes with it. Includes the original theatrical masterpiece with commentary by director Milos Forman, producers Michael Douglas and Saul Zaentz, providing scene-by-scene insight into the creative choices made in creating this timeless film, revealing additional scenes and theatrical trailer. Special features, first time on Blu-ray, completely cuckoo, a comprehensive 87-minute retrospective in its full original length. Michael Douglas, Milos Forman, and Ken Kesey describe how a movie landmark was made with actors and patients on location in a working mental hospital. All new interview with Michael Douglas, plus production collectibles, a 52-page commemorative hardbound book, reproduction of the original press book. And this is what like sold me when I was like, dude, I fucking have to buy this. It comes with a 52-card deck of cast-inspired playing cards. And of course, it has the evil witch from the fucking East, Nurse fucking Ratched, as the queen of fucking spades. That's when I was just like, I came all over myself, and I was like, I have to buy this. I can't let this opportunity slip me by. Including also 4 mini reproductions of original worldwide theatrical posters and cast and character photo cards. So yeah, it comes with all that cool shit right there. They're the playing cards and 52-page booklet thing. It's all kinds of crazy shit. And like I said, I don't think I'm ever gonna open this. I know all Walmarts are different, but you should swing by your Walmart, be a troll, and if they have this there for $14, you need to buy it. Because someone was smoking crack when they were labeling prices on Blu-rays, and there was other Blu-rays that were like around, and it's like $16.99 and $15.99. I was just laughing. I was like, how is this cheaper than all this garbage that's around this one beautiful, like, it was so misplaced. It was so out of place. I was like, all this random like trash, like, and around all these like random Blu-ray trash and like fucking Rush Hour 3 and all this bullshit. Fucking Fast and the Furious Part 10. Like, you have this in the middle of all the obscurity and it's only $14. Like, the fuck? And just forever be one of my favorite fucking films of all fucking time. And the older I get, the more beautiful it fucking just resonates with my soul. Like, it's a fucking vintage Keymo film. Like, Gotcha Bad. And one of my favorite scenes, I mean, the whole movie, for me, it's just amazing. But one of my favorite moments in this film is when Randle McMurphy, Jack Nicholson's character, when he's just choking Nurse Ratched on the floor, and Nurse Ratched's eyes are just like rolling in the back of her skull and shit, and she's like breathing for her life. Well, McMurphy's just like choking the living shit out of her. It's not that. That's not my favorite. Like, little 3-4 second or one of my top 3-4 second moments. It's not that, but it's what happens. It's when it cuts from that shot and then it cuts to Tabor, which is Christopher Lloyd's character, and you just see Tabor like clenching his teeth, and he's just staring at McMurphy choking the living fuck out of Nurse Ratched. It's just the look in Christopher Lloyd's eyes when he's like clenching his teeth, and he's just like, get her. He's just nodding his head. He's not saying get her, but he's just clenching his teeth, and he's like just like nodding his head, like, do it. And again, he's not saying do it or he's not saying get her, but he's repeating that motion. And it's like 3-4 seconds long, but that little moment, I always just say, like I just piss myself and I just get goosebumps, and it's just what unfolds in that whole 90-second, 2-minute fiasco surrounding all that moment. It's just so brutal, and like shit finally hits the fan, and just, the gloves come off, and it's just so brutal. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's just Christopher Lloyd, like, do it. It's just fucking amazing. But yeah. Also, I'll end it with this. One of my favorite moments in this movie is when McMurphy, Jack Nicholson's character, it's already like halfway into the movie or past the halfway mark, and McMurphy finds out that more than half of the psych ward, it's when he finds out that more than half of the people in there are there voluntarily. And Randle McMurphy's there because he's like committed. He has to be there. And Nurse Ratchet's like, yeah, more than half of the people in here, they're here voluntarily. They could leave anytime they want. And my homeboy here, McMurphy's just like, she's tripping balls. He's like, what? Like, what are you, like, why are you guys here? Like, what, like, if you guys can leave at any moment, why? You guys are always complaining how much, like, you hate it here, and then you just fucking leave at any time you want. Like, what are you guys doing here? Like, and then he looks at Billy. Billy is in the film, I think he's the youngest character in the film. He's like, I don't think they ever really say his age, but I mean, it's apparent in comparison to all the other people that are there in the fucking nut ward and the psych ward. They're in that hospital or whatever. It's apparent that Billy's like obviously the youngest person there. He's probably more than like 19, 18 years old. I don't know. And McMurphy turns over to Billy and he's like, "You're obviously like committed, right?" And Billy's just like, he's like, "No, I'm here voluntarily." And then McMurphy's just like, he's like, "You're just a kid. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you ought to be out in a convertible, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver. What are you doing here, for Christ's sake?" And just the way he says that, like, just he's so like, of course he's flipping out because he's like, "What? Half of these motherfuckers are here voluntarily," and then he looks at young Billy and he's just like, just the way the inflections in Jack Nicholson's voice of like you're just a kid. Like, what the fuck are you, like, why are you here? Like, that quote, it's like, "You ought to be out in a convertible, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver. What are you doing here, for Christ's sake?" And then the whole, like, they're at the round table discussion and all the inmates like start laughing and they're like, "Ha ha ha ha." I guess when he says, you know, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver, they start laughing, and then Jack McMurphy's like, what's funny about that? He's like, Jesus, I mean, it's like, you guys do nothing but complain about how much you can't stand this fucking place, and you haven't had the guts just to fucking walk out. And it's that moment when Randall finds out that more than half of the inmates that are there are there voluntarily. They're not committed. The little speech he gives to Billy is just the inflections in Nicholson's voice. It's like, that's why he's one of the masters. Like, that's why Nicholson can go from like 0 to 100. Like, just that's why he's one of the masters. But yeah, just I felt I've gone on long enough, and I'm a fucking fat nerd, and I got this a month ago, and I loved it, and I thought it would never get any better. And then I see this at fucking J-Mart for $14 fucking dollars, and I just can't believe it. And I still haven't opened it. I don't think I'm ever gonna open it. And maybe about towards the end of the month, I'll troll Walmart, and if they have other copies of this for $14, I will buy another copy and open that one. But I will always leave this closed because it's just so beautiful. Like it can't fucking be tainted by human hands. It just can't. It's just so gorgeous. And I haven't even like opened, like seen the book, the 52 card deck. It just comes with all this killer shit. I mean, obviously the film, and there's the deck of cards and the book, the little 52-page book, and it's so yeah. If I see this at Walmart for $14 towards the end of the month, I'm gonna buy it again, just so I can open that one and just keep this one like in the safe. So in the year 3099, when the aliens finally like invade planet Earth, just to see what was left over after all the insanity, hopefully they can just pop open that safe, touch the Blu-ray with their hands, and then all the data will be immediately transferred into their alien brains, and then they'll just like stare at a wall, and it'll project the entire 2+ hour film on that wall, and they'll see it, and they'll be like, that was fucking amazing. So yeah, one of my all-time favorites, regardless, nothing will ever change that. It grows on me more and more, and after each fucking viewing, I just love it that much more. 1975. This movie's well over 40 years old. I mean, this movie's older than me. Like, before I was even like a sperm cell, like in my dad's nutsack, like when my dad ate that piece of fajita taco, and then that fajita taco got like converted and transformed like into energy, and then that energy like made its way into my dad's nutsack. So like when I was like a fajita taco and then got reincarnated into a sperm cell, and then the sperm cell fertilized the egg, like this movie's still older than that, and that's fucking amazing. So if you've been living on a rock and you haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, what the fuck are you doing with your life? And just watch it already. Thanks for watching.